Welcome back, everybody, to Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast. It's episode 231, 132,
Yeah.
231.
231.
We're finally on the Dark Knight.
It feels like we've talked about this movie before on the show.
We probably have. I mean,
just not officially as its own show.
This and Iron Man are the you know what you call it,
the crown jewels,
the next event of.
I think this movie, which by the way, you know, as a tease, because we'll be talking about it later in the show. But I think the thing about this movie and Iron Man, which came out about 2 months apart. Mm-hmm. Also, the Hulk was in between. The Incredible Hulk was in between the two. We'll give that one a pass for this. But no, I know, but I'm saying for what I'm about to say, we'll give it a pass. Mm-hmm. I think these two set the bar for what we should and could expect going forward from both Marvel and DC. I think I wouldn't say that Marvel peaked at Iron Man, but Marvel finally got it right with Iron Man, right? Like it was like, wow, you guys are actually invested in telling good stories with these characters. And simultaneously, The Dark Knight said, this is a Batman movie you've never seen before. And I think that the sky was the limit after these two movies came out in the same summer. And it was a very bright future ahead of us from that in 2008. I will say things didn't necessarily play out as well as we wanted them to going forward.
It's still better now than.
It's better now than pre-2008, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so that's. I mean, just as a reminder,
Spider-Man movie.
2009. I'm pretty sure both movies got Oscar nominations, right? I know one of them won. I'm sure Iron Man got nominated for something, right? Like it had to have gotten nominated. Like special effects or something like that. Yeah, but Heath Ledger ends up winning the Oscar posthumously. You know, that's a bummer, but for a really awesome performance. And I think I'm really excited that like on our little Batman tour, we finally hit what I consider to probably be the peak. I do love me some Dark Knight Rises more than a lot of people do. But I am willing to acknowledge that there are more flaws in The Dark Knight Rises than there are in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Did we finish all the MCU movies?
Yes.
We did? We talked about Infinity War and Endgame?
We did it, dude. We did, and Spider-Man. We did Spider-Man Far From Home.
We did Endgame?
Yeah, and then we did Far From Home.
When did we do Endgame?
Probably right.
I don't remember.
We did it right before Far From Home.
I'm gonna look it up. I don't believe you that we did that show. I'm blanking right now.
That's funny.
I'm
sorry you don't remember it.
How was your week? You went to the fair.
I did. I went to the fair for fun. No other reason than to just go to the fair. I had no.
We did on January 6th.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man.
It's funny that you don't remember that, but it's cool. It was this year.
There's other things to remember on that day.
Yeah. Oh, sure, for sure. When I'm hanging out on January 6th, I have way more important things that I'm thinking about. No, I'm fine with being the memory of us watching Endgame and talking about it. Well, I went to the fair. I had fun. I ate a blueberry brie hot dog on a croissant. Not good. It was not good.
Yeah, that sounds gross.
It sounds good, but the problem is They torched the brie that came straight out of the fridge, and it was just this cold in a lot of places too. So like, I didn't
I'm
really like
pro
cold
fucked up
cheese.
food, and I'm left more often disappointed when I go to the fair in terms of food.
Oh well, I wasn't done. I did eat one other thing at the fair,
Mm-hmm.
and it was amazing. It was a the Korean hot dog or corn dog or whatever you want to call it. The Korean dog.
Like panko.
Yeah. They did a churro cheese dog and hot dog, or you could get it half and half.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the half and half. That thing was amazing. It was really good. The cheese half was better than the hot dog half.
Mm-hmm.
The hot dog with the churro flavor is weird. It's still good, but the cheese with the churro was an unexpected delight. It's really good.
I don't like churros.
Okay, well then don't eat that.
It's a texture thing.
Don't eat it then. Don't go.
When did you go? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. We went Saturday, and then yeah, we just hung out. We ate some food. We looked at all the wares they have to sell. We just looked at a lot of stuff and ate fun things, and that was about it. It wasn't like a stellar one. I will say that this year is the weakest showing of all of the years for food. It's not a great year for food, for fair food. So, which is good for me because I'm trying to keep the weight down. So, I didn't eat a lot of crap. I ate some crap. But other than that, I've just been watching a lot of Tubi. I got Lindsay addicted to G.I. Joe. We can't stop watching it. Those Cobra Commander is crazier in some ways than Skeletor. It's wild. But we just been watching a lot of that, playing Droid Tycoon on Fortnite, and I'm working on doing some photos for Comic-Con, which is coming soon. We're 4 weeks away, man.
Yeah, we are.
Are you ready?
Not really. There's a luster that is, how's it gone? I mean, I think we're still a little early for news. It'll probably hit once we get into next month. It's like next week. But it's like, all right. I mean, it's a Marvel year, so I will be in line for 24 hours. It's just what I got to do.
Not if you do the other line.
I mean,
the other line's not 24-hour line.
Oh yeah. No. I got multiple parties I got to attend to. Parties as in groups.
Okay. And you don't have to, but
some come with benefits.
Oh, okay. I would assume all come with benefits.
Line benefits. Let me rephrase that. Some come with line benefits. Some don't come with line benefits.
Line benefits. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
I know what else I nerded out on. I finally pulled the trigger. Steam sale came up. I bought Cyberpunk 2077, and that game is awesome.
Sorry you didn't have it.
Nah, because when it came out, like everybody was hating on all the bugs and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was jank. So I waited 6 years, and now I got it for like $30, dude. Like, or yeah, $33, something like that. It was 70% off, and it's great.
Does a Steam Cube interest you?
No. I don't need a separate box to play my games, like besides just the computer I already have. But yeah, no, it is a truly immersive experience. I don't play a lot of first-person games. I think the last one I played was Skyrim many years ago. But Cyberpunk 2077 is telling a story and taking you on a ride of like crazy tech. Just like it's just tech tech through the roof. Like just everything is tech, like everything. And you get to do cool stuff. Like you get to have like you get to like brain dance, which is like playing other people's memories, but you can mod the software so that you can edit, and so you can separate the camera from the viewer, the eyes, so you can start finding clues in the scene. Like, so it's kind of like a really elaborate like Batman detective mode kind of scenario, but like you're replaying footage, you can rewind, fast forward and stuff, and like in the scene you're like looking for things that the person experienced it, who experienced it didn't see, when they did it and stuff. So there's just all kinds of cool stuff you can use. You can just go around killing people if you want. You can do stealth. You can do.
So it's fun.
It's really cool. It's a very immersive experience. I'm very happy to finally play it. And I'll probably play it right after I'm done talking to you. That's probably the goal. Yeah. A lot of good games.
Well, you watch Supergirl
Thursday. I already got my ticket. Yeah. I have to go solo on this one. My wife is too afraid of that dog dying. She's too afraid.
We found speaking of dogs, today at work we found a stray pit bull. We kind of like working a business complex, not a business complex, like a business, whatever, where all the businesses hang out, business park. There you go. And we found a stray pit bull with a harness on, and we couldn't like catch it or wrangle it, but it was out there for like 8 hours, like just chilling. And then we're like, oh, it probably got like abandoned.
Yeah.
But then we're like, should we just call the city? And then there was conjecture in our office on whether the city would probably just kill the dog or not. So I don't know what ended up happening to this dog, but that was our story.
What a dumb way to finish that story, Ricky.
I mean, I'll find out tomorrow. Tune in next week.
I think you could have texted somebody to be like, what happened? I'm talking about it on my show tonight. I need to know how the story ends.
Oh, I'll text you. I'll find out tomorrow.
No, I meant that's what you're supposed to tell your coworkers. I'm not going to care tomorrow. It's too late.
Okay. Well, that was my story today.
Damn.
My week. How much? I've been playing a lot of Overwatch. Just getting back into that. There's like a rhythm with that I think when it hits, it definitely hits kind of hard. But there's
focus tested out the wazoo, so it better have a rhythm. But
that game is so. Granted, it's a team-based shooter, where if at a certain level, if someone on your team is not doing their job, you just lose, and there's no matchmaking is binary in the sense whether you win the game, your rank goes up, you lose the game, rank goes down, whether you're doing your part or not, and it's kind of the push and pull, I guess, with why that game's so addicting. Other than that, I don't know. I've been binging a lot of soccer. I'm surprised you're not more World Cup interested. You're big on the Olympics.
I like the Olympics because there's a lot of things going on, and the World Cup's just one thing. It doesn't do anything for me. Not my thing. But I'm glad you're liking it. Are you going to any of the games?
No, dude. That's more than a Comic-Con.
I heard Nick is going. Our cousin.
He went.
Oh, he went already.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, he went. I think last week.
No, he went to Guadalajara, but I think he's going to another one.
2 games. Oh, that is crazy.
To each their own. Most people think you're crazy for going to Comic-Con.
That's fair. Yeah, they round out about the same.
Yeah. No, it's not my thing. I have no interest in it. I have no idea what's going on. Nothing.
Trying to think what else. I know there's something else I did. I can't. No, I lost it.
All right. Do you want to talk about news? Because I feel like we got to pick up the momentum here. You're tired. I can tell you're tired. Let's wake you up.
All right. I can tell you why I'm tired. Last night my dog was sneezing for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
No boogies. Just kind of sneezing like once every 3 minutes.
Oh.
For like an hour at 2 a.m.
Does it have like anything up its nose?
They didn't seem like they were in pain. It was just like a normal sneeze. And then it took about an hour, and then they stopped, drank some water, and then went back to bed. But there was like the progression of like waking up, trying to figure out what was going on, and then the slow creep of like dread of like, is my dog dying right now?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the dread of is she gonna sneeze again? Is it gonna sneeze? Is it gonna keep sneezing?
It's like I don't think this is good. So they're fine, I guess. Well, we'll see. Tune in next week to see if this dog and the other dog make it out.
Wait, I didn't know you have two now.
Well, no, the dog from work.
Oh, gotcha. I see what you're saying. You're still trying to reel me back in with the dog that I don't know.
Well, there's 3 dogs. We got to see if Crypto makes it, the work dog makes it, and if my dog makes it.
I'm pretty sure Crypto makes it. My theory is this movie is a prequel.
It's not.
It's not. That dog looks younger in this movie than it does.
I think there's parts of this movie that take place before Superman.
Oh, okay. Well,
so it's story of the movie,
part prequel.
Yeah, the story of this movie is post Superman.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer that, but like, I just feel like the way the dog looks like a puppy in a lot of the scenes.
Yeah, they're baby Groot in that thing.
Okay, gotcha. Anyways.
We got Batman Nightfall trailer, the next DC film animation adaptation.
Oh, really?
So Batman Nightfall Part 1. It's a 2-parter. And they just dropped the voice cast. So as Batman, you're getting Anson Mount. And as Bane,
Black Bolt, huh?
Black Bolt. Mm-hmm. As Bane, you're getting Michael Mando.
Michael Mando?
Scorpion.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with the actor by name yet.
And then Pablo Schreiber as Azrael.
That's Master Chief.
Yes. What is Azrael? Where does he fit in the Batmanisms?
So Azrael is I believe he's from like a cult of like it's like a vigilante cult or something like that. Like there's some mystical aspects to him, but the whole point is after like he's another vigilante fighting crime in Gotham, and after Batman's back is broken, he asks Azrael. I think he asks him. I'm trying to remember. I believe it's an agreement, but it could be without Bruce's choice. But Azrael takes up the mantle of Batman, and so he becomes the new Batman. The trick is Azrael does not have the same code that Bruce does, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when Azrael starts killing people as Batman, kind of motivates Bruce to recover from his spinal injury.
That's so. Why couldn't Azrael just be Azrael? And why does a Batman need to perpetually exist?
Well, it sounds to me like when you say that, you completely did not pay attention to the movie that we were supposed to discuss today. Batman is a symbol, and a symbol can live on beyond the man. All right, there's got to be a Batman. There's got to be a Batman.
I don't know. The third movie kind of does the opposite.
No, it doesn't. The third movie ends with a new Batman.
Ends with a man who we presume
discovering a Batcave.
Who will do hopefully Bat-like things.
It ends with a man being presented with the keys to the kingdom to take over the mantle. Whether or not he chooses to, time will tell. He will.
I have no idea. Gordon-Levitt's kind of on the downfall right now.
Why? What did he do?
He's been hanging out with some billionaires.
Really? Like, which ones? Because he's pretty anti. No,
all of them. Yes. There's like yeah.
Are we talking about Taylor Swift? Are we talking about Elon Musk? Or which ones are we talking about?
The worst ones.
That seems out of character, but I'll look it up later. It's okay.
All right. Next bit of news. I found this out before I even got the news image. My Mephisto's shipping soon.
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to remember. The Mephisto pre-order was before the apocalypse, right?
Because
the Mephisto was announced. Comic-Con. No, the Mephisto was announced at Comic-Con.
Yeah, we were there with the Mephisto.
I think the pre-order went live at Comic-Con.
Yeah,
but I think the apocalypse was announced at Comic-Con and the pre-order went up later.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I've been wondering where the hell my Mephisto is. So good.
When's your apocalypse due?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what
you got your Dragon Man, right?
Yeah. He's up somewhere.
I forgot about this guy. I don't even know where I'm going to put him.
There's a lot of thrones, man. I don't know if you know, but they G.I. Joe did a Cobra Commando with a throne like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I got that one too. And then I've been eyeballing a Skeletor with a throne also.
Is there an official Black Panther throne?
Not an official one, no.
Didn't the Mafex have one?
I don't know.
Speaking of Mafex, I know we were talking about the Psylocke a few months ago, the Gamerverse Psylocke 2-pack with Thanos as being one of the best Psylocks. Well, now we're getting a SH Figure Arts Gamerverse Psylocke.
My problem is there's only the one picture. And I don't know that I like those thighs. They don't look like she doesn't look natural. You know what I mean?
I like the sheen on the body.
I do like the sheen. I'm not going to hate on the sheen. I just think her proportions look wrong somehow. I kind of still like the Marvel Legends one more. The other thing I don't like about that Mafex one is I know that the Mafex characters, they tend to be a little bit more delicate, and those strands of hair scare the crap out of me.
Probably rubber, but yes.
They might not be rubber, but I would love for them to be rubber. It would be good if they were rubber because it wouldn't hinder the articulation. Do I think it's a great looking Psylocke like from the video game? Yeah, it probably is, but like I think it looks much better than the Spider-Man for sure. The Spider-Man has
I like the Spider-Man though because he can do that pose.
I don't like the thong that he has. Like it's a weird cut.
The cut. Spider-Man probably wears thongs.
The cut? No, he doesn't.
You don't see panty lines on Spider-Man.
I seen Spider-Man in his underwear. He does not wear thongs. That's in the comics, okay?
Aside Spider-Man note, I've been looking up footage of the Raimi Spider-Man, the Open Matte edition. You know what this is?
No.
So back in the day when they would shoot movies, right? Because we were dealing with the weird in between of widescreen and standard. It's very often that movies were filmed in a square, kind of like an IMAX square, and then depending on the cut, shift the frame in and out. But somehow, some way, there's a completed Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, but just a square. So you're like, when you're looking at this movie, it's fully edited,
but you see more of it, right?
You see more of the frame, and some of that stuff is like, this is pretty cool. There's some angles that they're hitting. It's like, it's kind of a different movie.
Okay, interesting. Are we done talking about the Psylocke then?
We're done talking about Psylocke.
I do think it's cool. I am not a big fan of SH Figure Arts. I like Mafex every now and then, but SH Figure Arts is rough for me sometimes.
Fair enough. I've never owned one, so I wouldn't know.
They don't hit the same for me as other stuff. Yeah.
Should we talk about The Dark Knight?
If you want to, we can do this. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this.
The Dark Knight. Directed by Christopher Nolan, starring Christian Bale, Morgan Freeman.
You gotta do this again.
Heath Ledger.
You need help?
Aaron Eckhart.
Okay, you do need help. Gotcha. You're missing some there. You're missing Michael Caine. You're missing Gary Oldman. You're missing Maggie Gyllenhaal. You said Morgan Freeman, I think so. Cillian Murphy, Eric Roberts, Anthony Michael Hall,
Jessica Roberts' cousin or uncle?
I don't know who Jessica Roberts is.
Not Jessica Roberts, Julia Roberts.
Julia Roberts' brother.
Really?
Emma Roberts' father.
No.
Yes.
What?
100%. And don't even try to challenge me on that.
How do you know this?
Because I know this, because I love Emma Roberts, because I think she's awesome in American Horror Story, and I looked her up to see who her parents were, and I found out that she's the daughter of Eric Roberts, who is Julia Roberts' brother. Now, Eric Roberts, not as stellar of a career as Julia. Eric has done some questionable stuff in his career at times, bordering on the softcore variety. But
he's a Human Centipede.
He is, huh? Is he in Human Centipede? The first one or the second one? Third one, right? Third one.
No, he's in the first one. He's in 3.
No way he's in the first one. Really?
In 2009. Wait, is the first one just called Human Centipede, or is it called First Sequence?
The first one's called Human Centipede.
Not Human Centipede First Sequence. Shit, now we gotta go down this route.
I think First Sequence is a sequel that like tells a prequel story. I think the first one's just called Human Centipede. Anyways, I'm right. Eric Roberts is Emma Roberts' dad.
You're right.
Yes. It's okay. I'm not normally that confident, but that one I'm very confident.
Human Centipede First Sequence, Human Centipede Full Sequence, Human Centipede Final Sequence.
Oh, so they all had a subtitle.
I think the subtitle may have came after. Like a Raiders of the Lost Ark thing.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
Right.
Also Chin Han from Mortal Kombat. Is he from Speed Racer also?
I think so.
Chin Han? I know he's Shang Tsung in the new Mortal Kombats. And also Michael Jai White is in this movie too.
He's like so wasted in this movie. You get the one guy who can fight, not fighting.
He is quite wasted in this movie. But I do love that there was so many people in this movie that like got to just be in this movie and forever say, I'm in The Dark Knight, which is one of the coolest movies probably ever put to screen. You know what I mean?
He's not Speed Racer.
Okay, fair enough. I wasn't going to judge you on that one. I had no idea. Was not about to challenge you. But yes, so this movie is the sequel to Batman Begins, which we talked about last week. It's so much more than that, though, right? It is probably one of the most critically acclaimed superhero movies ever, right? Like it is.
I think it is the most.
It's probably the most critically acclaimed superhero movie ever.
It's one of the first superhero movies to really transcend, I think, the genre. And
yeah, because
reference as
it's the first time that it's the first time people got nominated for Oscars for their performances, right?
It's not like it's beyond best superhero movie conversations and in just general best movies conversations.
Yeah, my argument has always been about this movie is this movie would still be fantastic if he didn't call himself Batman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's not a great Batman movie. I'm saying it's such a good movie that it could have been about somebody else being a vigilante and still would have held up, right? Like it's just better because it's Batman, right? It's like, it's kind of like, sometimes when you get a really
good movie, Batman with Zorro would still be a good movie.
Yeah, exactly. It would, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it would, because the performances, the plot, like everything the movie's trying to convey is so great. And at the heart of it all is the person who truly stole so many of the scenes, which is Heath Ledger as the Joker, right? I think that we have seen, Joker performances in previous Batman movies that are like, we'll use him sparingly, like throughout the movie, just to deliver some one-liners, to get some good jokes in there, get some good moments. But for the most part, we're gonna try and focus on Batman. But I think in this movie, the Joker, you really can't deny how much of an impact he has on the plot of this movie, because he does a million things.
He's interesting because he's not. I think he is genuinely funny, but
I think he's creepy funny. Yeah,
the comedy dwells into like, I guess, like dark humor.
Yes, it's dark humor for sure.
But it's played in such a way where, I mean, I still catch myself laughing at some of the shit that he does because it's funny, but it's also like, it's just like it's diabolical. Some like, but he's not doing the mustache twirling gag gif stuff like the Jokers of the past, right?
Yeah,
it's they toe a very fine line with what he's doing.
He's a modernized, realistic take on a character that still pays a lot of tribute to the Joker of the comics, right? Because the thing about the Joker of the comics is there are versions of the story where they did the thing and they tell you who he is, right? Like Tim Burton decided to name the character Jack Napier because at the time in the comics he didn't really like, it wasn't there wasn't a canonical name for him, right? He was an unknown character, like basically kind of how like Wolverine used to not have a name in the comics for like the longest time. And I think there is a Alan Moore story, Batman the Killing Joke, that is tells a story that may or may not be the true origin of the Joker, that ties into the Red Hood and stuff. Some adaptations of the story have used it. Others, including mainstream, have denied that is canon, right? Like they won't commit because the mystique that the Joker carries works better if you don't know who he is, if you don't know what his true origin is. And
but he's always consistent though. Like every Joker, in like the simplest terms, is it's just there to cause chaos. He's there to fuck shit up, and iterations of that exist with, you know, putting a comically large bomb in a school.
Yeah.
Right. And then you get the Dark Knight where this dude's like straight up money laundering and doing all these maniacal schemes.
He's not exactly money laundering. He's destroying money. So
he's scheming at like he's playing 4D chess with his schemes.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And it's not as funny or on the nose in terms of like instant chaos.
Yeah.
But in the big picture, he's like really fucking shit up.
Oh yeah,
on the criminal's end and on Gotham's end.
He terrorizes the entire city for like the whole movie.
He doesn't discriminate.
And I want to say the movie takes place over the course of a few days, right? Like probably maybe a week tops, because Batman does have to go to China for a couple days. But I think what's crazy to me about this movie, like you kind of hinted on it, he has a really amazing scene where he's visiting Harvey Dent in the hospital that he's gotten evacuated, right? And this is after Harvey's had the accident. And well, by accident, I mean like the Joker caused it by rigging him to bombs, right? And he explains to Harvey that it's not his fault that he's in the position he's in. It's all the schemers and the planners, because he doesn't plan things. He's an agent of chaos. And it sounds so cool when he says that. But I also want to point out that in this movie, he orchestrated the craziest bank robbery I've ever seen put to screen. He intimidated the mob, and he rolled up right to the mob and like intimidated all of them and walked out of that door with a job from the mob. He kidnapped, filmed, and murdered imposter Batman throughout that movie. He assassinated city officials. He also thought he assassinated Jim Gordon too, and he tried to assassinate Harvey Dent. He interrupted the Wayne Foundation gala for Harvey Dent with a whole crew of people. Like I said before, he sieged the hospital. He also caused the ferry dilemma, which was like a very cool climactic moment of the movie. And to top all of that off, he had a whole building filled with hostages waiting for Batman to show up. And the hostages were actually dressed as clowns, and the villains or the henchmen were dressed as the hostages, so that when law enforcement showed up, they would fire on the wrong people. He did all of that. And the entire time, I probably missed stuff too. Like, he did a lot of crap in this movie. And I'm supposed to believe that he's not a schemer, like that he's not a planner. Like, that's I don't want to call BS on a lot of this movie, because I think this movie's wonderful and it's so well made. But like, I kind of think he's just a liar, is what he is.
It is when you lay it out, like, he's very similar to the Riddler in the
kind of, right?
In the not the Reeves movies, right? Matt Reeves,
yes.
Yeah. But it's action-wise, they're both scheming, but just very.
The crazy thing is like how I want to say, he rolls with the punches, right? Like, he's just like that kind of guy that when something doesn't go his way. Oh yeah, I forgot. He also got a bunch of crazy guys from Arkham Asylum to sew bombs into their stomachs, or like he sewed them. He somehow got them into their stomachs. And so he rigged a bomb, which also he had captured Rachel Dawes and Harvey Dent and put them in two different places with bombs also rigged to explode on a trigger that was through a phone.
Where are you getting all these bombs?
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. I know he says in the movie that he just likes simple things like knives and explosives and stuff, but like, yeah, he has like the same unlimited resources as like Batman in this movie, right? Like, it's pretty crazy. Now, for the sake of it being the Joker on screen, probably doing the most Joker shit I've ever seen on screen, I'm willing to give it a pass. But it is pretty crazy if you stop to think about, like, how did he manage to pivot to all of these different things when the previous one didn't work every time?
Yeah, they removed the instant obvious absurdity and replace it with like the absurdity of intricacy, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got it. You nailed it on the head.
You get the same effects. But again, it wasn't. It's not really like a Joker-ism that I don't think we had seen up until that point. He always seemed to have leaned more towards the comedic bits of what he is, like, or like a clown.
Yeah, well, there is one Jokerism that they hit better in this movie than they've ever done in any iteration before, and I think it kind of ties into the way that Batman Begins touched on something that previous Batman movies had never done before, right? The Batman Begins, we established last week, is that the thing it did differently from all other Batman movies is it established Batman's code. It established that he cannot kill, right? He will not kill. No matter what the cost, he won't do it. This movie, the Joker establishes his, I wouldn't say code, I would say his goal. His goal is to prove, in the kind of the same thing that is the crux of the Killing Joke story, is that he wants truly to believe that he is not alone, in that anyone could have a truly bad day that would drive them to madness, to break all their rules, right? Like the way he broke all rules of society, and he does things not in accordance with society, right? He even at one point in this movie says, like, Gotham needs a new class of criminal, which I'm not even sure. Is that a Nicholson line too? I feel like, or this city needs a new class of criminal. Do you know how insane you have to be to like know you're the bad guy, like to know you're the criminal, like and to be completely okay with that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird. But the point is, like, Joker in this movie, once he gets his eyes set on Batman, he's locked in on that character for the rest of the movie, because the whole movie he is devoted to proving that Batman is capable of breaking his code. And unfortunately, he's proven wrong, which is cool. It's very satisfying as a Batman fan to watch Batman not kill the Joker in this movie.
He kind of wins in the sense of, like,
he wins in that, like, he broke Harvey, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he broke Harvey, but you and I both know, as the viewer, his real goal was to break Batman.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, they even joke in it too when he's hanging. It's like, this is a cycle, right?
We're gonna do this dance forever. Yeah, this is a dance we're gonna do, because if Batman's not willing to break and kill the Joker, there's nothing stopping the Joker from ever getting out again and doing it over and over again. And R.I.P. to Heath Ledger, because not only did this man convince me that I was wrong my whole life when I said Heath Ledger's a terrible actor. Like, I hated him in so many things before this, but he also made me truly miss his character in The Dark Knight Rises, because it felt like there was a moment in that movie where the Joker is supposed to show up, and it just couldn't. Chris Nolan just would not do it with a different actor. He just couldn't do it, right? Like, believe it or not, like, Heath Ledger put everything into this character to the point where, like, the rumors are that, like, he was on a lot of self-medication to get over the role afterwards, and it was really hard for him, and he he ended up ultimately dying of an overdose in a motel room by himself, right? Like, even though he was married to, oh man, I'm forgetting, Dawson's Creek girl. What's her name? Oh, I forgot her name right now. That's unfortunate. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Michelle Williams?
Yes, Michelle Williams. He was married to Michelle Williams at the time.
She's on Dawson's Creek.
Yep. Yeah. Huh. And many other things, but I will always think of her first as that. Second Dawson's Creek reference in 2 weeks, huh?
I don't want to wait.
That's pretty weird. But yeah, no, it's really unfortunate that I had to eat crow. And then also, I mean, the unfortunate part is he died. I'm just joking when I say that I had to eat crow. But yeah, that we as an audience ended up having to miss him the next time around, right? Because he was so amazing in this role. And the funniest thing is, like, all the things I listed that the Joker does, what's crazy is he does all those things, and there's still like a half hour of the movie that's kind of devoted to Harvey Dent. You know what I mean? Because like they don't want to give the Joker the full spotlight in this movie. So, god damn, this movie's long. It's like the older I get, the less patient I am with this movie. And that's unfortunate, because I used to really think this is like one of the most perfect movies ever made. It's long in the cheeks.
There's a lot. It definitely stretches. Like
yeah.
After the Joker stuff, there's still like 30 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much, right?
And as much as I love the Joker thing, that's always the problem with Batman and Joker, right? Is like they can't, once he catches him, there's not like a fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not suited to fight each other.
Yeah, they're not fighting each other.
It's a dumb fight. I appreciate that he brought dogs to the fight. That's that's a wild card for sure.
It's cat and mouse.
Yeah,
but it's a very different thing from like a Batman Bane scenario where there's a physical thing.
Yeah, or even a Ra's al Ghul, right? Like Ra's al Ghul, like he's gonna put up a good fight. And that's, maybe that's the one, if you're as a superhero fan, that might be the one downside to this movie, is there's never quite an epic fight moment in this movie.
But there's definitely epic moments. Batman in China is crazy.
Batman kidnapping a dude in China is my favorite thing of this movie.
I love when the opening of this movie, when they're all kind of like scheming, like, Harvey's like, can I trust the police office? Police office like, can we trust the DA's office? And they're all scheming, and without hesitation, like, Batman can get this guy. And it's very instant, like, yeah, Batman, they dispatch Batman to China in the craziest sequences.
Another James Bond style Q sequence with Morgan Freeman, right? He's like, actually, yeah, the CIA had this experimental trick called Skyhook. Yeah, we can get you out.
That is a real thing.
Yeah, no, I know. It's cool. It's very cool. I love the way this movie tries to always ground Batman's technology and his gadgets, his accessories, his techniques in a realism, right? So like, I love that they upgrade Batman's little like glove fins, or whatever you want to call those things, right? To have like a moment at the end of the movie where he's like, have I told you how I got these scars? It's like, or do you know how I got the scars? No, but I know how you got these. That's such a cheesy line, but it's funny. It's a payoff,
The realism, though, and I have like a mixed feeling about it, because I do love Chicago. It's a very beautiful city, and the difference in Gotham between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight is insane. It's like they're not even the same city.
Yeah.
And they use Gotham, or they use Chicago to great effect in the tunnels and the skyscrapers. You can see the rivers. Very beautiful city for what it is. But there's always like
It doesn't look like Pittsburgh.
It doesn't. Well, it doesn't look like Pittsburgh, but then there's also like a slight future tinge in Batman Begins with Gotham.
With the train, right?
With the train, and that train's gone.
Well, they kind of destroyed it, right?
They destroyed a part of the train.
I mean, the whole train went off the rails, like the whole train.
The tracks are still there.
Sure, there's tracks, but you'd have to rebuild the whole train.
You're telling me a city gets rid of tracks in a year? The people moving tracks are still at Disneyland.
Here's the thing. They also associate that train with a supervillain coming to this town to try and kill everybody with the train. You know what I mean? So I can see why there's a little trauma associated with the train. But get to your point. What is your point about the lack of the train?
I like Batman Begins Gotham.
I do too. I prefer the Gotham in that one too. But I do feel like the benefit of using Chicago in this is there's an easier transition when he goes to China.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little more like, oh yeah, this could be the same world as going to real life China. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's probably the only reason that is justifiable for using a city that's more recognizable and more just, I don't know, is clean the right word? Like less fantasy. I don't know. But I feel what you're saying. It is jarring to see the difference between the Chicago and the
like they harken home that this is a Midwest city. I guess that's a better term versus like Gotham prior was a little more nebulous on where it was. I don't know. I don't know. They're just very different.
I don't know that it cements that it's a Midwest city. It could still be around the East Coast, but it's like, but you and I know it looks like Chicago. That's all.
Yeah.
I
have this curiosity with spoilers and this obsession with that type of stuff, and a lot of it starts in this movie, particularly because I love a good ARG. You remember like the stuff coming out before this?
Yes.
Like the Harvey Dent campaign. There was a whole Comic-Con thing. I believe in Harvey Dent. The mayor was there was like fake Larry King style interviews with all of them, and I ate that shit up. I loved it all.
I know.
Like it was always the coolest thing to have like this. They're not trailers, but you get a sense of what the movie is.
Yeah.
And it's very rewarding when you see bits of those like ARGs show up in the movie themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I remember at one point reading spoilers for this movie and like talking about the opening. Like, yeah, it opens with the bank heist, and then Batman's in a parking garage with the Scarecrow, and there's other Batman there with guns. And I just remember reading this, like, what the fuck is this movie?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And it was so much cooler, like, in that high of like reading this crazy thing and then having it be true and being so much better than what my mind could imagine. It's just like,
I truly do love the opening Batman sequence to this movie. Now, to be fair, the opening sequence of this movie is breathtaking. It's the bank heist, right? Like, the bank heist is top tier. It's up there as one of the best bank heists ever filmed. I love the fluidity of every scene, like how you understand exactly what's going on in each moment because they explain exactly what needs to happen. They also start watching all the Joker gang murder each other one by one.
It's like the first Spider-Man teaser trailer.
Kinda. I remember that. Yeah.
Bank heist.
Yeah.
You knew what was going on.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a great scene, but I, as much as I like that scene, I love the first appearance of Batman in this movie because I love that they tie up loose ends by catching the Scarecrow, right? Like I think that's just awesome because
I liked how he's there. Like this is a living world now.
Yeah, he's still got a bunch of people who got out of Arkham that he needs to clean up. He's trying to clean up the mess of the last movie because they let everybody out of Arkham in the last movie, and that did not get resolved. And that's how this movie chooses to show you, oh yeah, he's still picking up the pieces and he's making it work, but he is definitely determined to clean this damn city up. And so he puts a lot of effort into it in this movie, and that's why I don't think that Heath Ledger completely steals the spotlight, because I think Batman does an excellent job of showing that, like, that he is determined to complete his mission, but also he's actually a little naive still, right? Because he thinks that he's closer to completing the goal than he really is, and he's trying to have his cake and eat it too, right? So when he sees Harvey, he says, "Hey, Rachel, I think I don't have to be Batman much longer, right? Like I think."
Yeah, the seeds are already now there for him to like, oh, I'm done. I'm kind of like, he sees the light.
He wants to retire before he dies being Batman, right? Like you're getting that seed planted, and we'll continue that story the next time we visit the Batman universe with The Dark Knight Rises, right? Like it's all a very fluid story that's being told over the course of 3 movies, and I just think it's wonderful. But this second chapter ends with a dark moment, right? It ends with Batman and Jim Gordon deciding that Gotham is better off not knowing the truth, right? So they have to get a little dirty in order to do what they think is right for the city. They have to not tell the city what Harvey Dent became, because they believe the Joker wins if that happens. They have to let him die a martyr for the city without him staining. So who takes the fall for these murders that Harvey committed in the last 30 minutes of the movie? Well, Batman says, I'll take the fall, right? I can be hunted. Let me be that. And so, as reluctant as Jim Gordon is to do it, which is so funny to me that he's reluctant to do that, considering the fact that he was willing to let his wife and kids believe he was dead earlier in the movie. That's some messed up shit, man. Like, that's instant divorce, which, by the way, is pretty par for the course for Jim Gordon anyways. So, like, just saying, Jim Gordon often does things that are divorce worthy in the comics and the TV shows. I mean, he's divorced in Harley Quinn, right? In the cartoon. Like, he's a drunk divorced father. Jim Gordon is Batman's ride or die for sure, because he has more meaningful heart to hearts with Batman than he ever does with his wife, clearly. Anyways, I digress. Jim decides that Batman has to be the bad guy, and so they put it on APB, and Batman is now, this movie ends with Batman being the villain of Gotham City. And I love it because, like, you get to see all facets of Batman, right? Because, like, depending on where you pick up the comics, like if you pick it up in the Golden Age, the cops are saluting Batman, or or even the Adam West thing, right? Like, Batman he has a phone straight to the commissioner's office, and they're just inviting Batman, but Batman, please solve our crimes for us. We don't know how to do this, right? But then you also have, like, the Tim Burton versions where the cops are like, I don't know who this guy is, shoot him as soon as you see him, right? Like, and I think that the Nolan universe kind of embraces all versions of Batman throughout the story. And so I think that's really fun that we get the tease of Batman being the dark vigilante that is not to be trusted, and yeah, all that stuff. Side question before we wrap it up, because I don't believe that some characters got as much focus in this movie as they did in the previous. I think Lucius and Michael Caine's Alfred had to kind of take a backseat a little bit in this movie. Alfred had a cool moment where he's trying to explain to Batman, hey man, some people just want to watch the world burn, and you got to be scared of this.
I think he's there enough. He's effective for what he was. Speaking of Michael Caine, he just sold his voice to the AI company as well this week.
Oh, we did? Wow. Yeah. But Lucius really takes a backseat in this movie for sure. Like he gets to help out with China, right? He gets to help out with the China thing.
I didn't like love, not that I'm like against or pro surveillance, but I thought Lucius like being like having like this stance and like this tool can't be trusted on the sonar tech. It's like, oh, this is kind of a weird, like it is Batman, Lucius. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, but I think there's always a question to be had about just in general Batman, all the comics and stuff, is how much power is too much power, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like why Batman often gets his ass kicked out of the Justice League, right? Is the Justice League will find out that Batman has files on all their asses and he knows exactly how to
and a big movie them.
You know what I mean? So like I understand from a realistic point of view, like you wouldn't want the government using this technology on you, right? Like so why should anyone have this technology? I get your point though. Like you would think that at this point Lucius could trust Batman, but I do appreciate that Lucius is pleasantly surprised by the secret that Batman planted in there, which is like, no, I just wanted to use it this one time and then it self-destructs. It's cool, you know.
Did you watch the Gotham Knight stuff?
What are you talking about?
There's like an anime prequel to this movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love that movie. It's great. There's a lot of stuff in there. There's some stuff that was kind of a bummer because like the Firefly story is a direct ripoff of the Firefly story from Batman the Animated Series. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty fun. But that's not a theatrical release, so we didn't choose to
straight to DVD.
Yeah, straight to DVD. But it is great. It's a in between. It fills in the. I think he goes out trying to like clean up more of the escaped Arkham inmates too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
But before I know we're gonna wrap it up soon because I don't want to keep talking about this forever. But like I know we talked about this briefly last week, but like Maggie Gyllenhaal, better or worse than Katie Holmes?
She's not in a ton of this movie.
No.
So I guess worse.
I think she's worse.
The story that they tell with her character is, I think you need that character in the story because it's very integral to like why Bruce wants Harvey to succeed. But it's like maybe you could have like cast it. Not we got like rewritten that part out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the interesting thing about this character of Rachel Dawes, and not just her, I think that Chris Nolan was very careful in every movie to create characters that fill a role, but are different enough that the comic book fans won't know where things are going, right? Because Batman has had many love interests in the comics, right? Yeah. But Rachel Dawes is not. Is it Dawes or Dawson? I can't remember.
Dawes.
No, it's Dawes. I'm thinking of Dawson's Creek. Sorry, Rachel Dawes. Rachel Dawes, to my knowledge, was not in the comics at that time, and she was something created for the movies, right? And I think that works great for the moment we get where Batman has to deal with the consequences of the Joker's craziness, and she dies, right? And he has to.
He chooses her.
He chose her, but the Joker knew he would choose her.
Yeah.
And so he flipped it, right? And so I think that's really interesting that like once again, as a comic fan, I got to be surprised because, you know, you're not used to watching Batman's girlfriends get murdered like in the movies, right? Like it's not like Kim Basinger didn't get murdered. What's her name? Nicole Kidman didn't get murdered. You know, like it's not a normal thing to see his girlfriends get murdered.
Like, it furthers the stakes of like, you know, this guy's not, well, Batman is perceived as like perfect, right, in every action that he does.
Yeah.
But the level of chaos that the Joker's throwing, it's just not something that you can anticipate. And I think that's what that shows.
Right.
But it does. Good.
Oh no, but I was gonna say, but like to add to it, not only is Rachel an unknown element in the world of Batman, but she's also an unknown element in Harvey Dent, because canonically in the comics, Harvey Dent has a wife named Gilda. And so like this kind of throws a monkey wrench in that whole thing where it's like, hey, look, once again, we're gonna definitely reference a lot of really good stuff, like a lot of comic books, but we're gonna do stuff a little different so you don't know, right? So the fact that Rachel ends up becoming the love of Harvey's life, and when she dies, that's the thing that drives him insane. That's powerful, right? That's more powerful than any Two-Face story I've seen before. Like, I believe that because I mean, he got his face messed up and he lost the love of his life too, you know? So I think that these surprises that Nolan bakes into the movie really help push the story to a more believable level than the comics may have been in the past, you know? So I think that's kind of the fun part about it. So like I ended up being a little bummed that like, oh, why did you have to fire, you know, Katie Holmes if you were just going to kill her anyways? But you know, it is what it is. Like, it's just sometimes stuff outside the movie makes it weird.
Tom Cruise.
I know, right? It's weird. But I do have a side question for you because like I was actually talking about these movies with somebody yesterday, and we got on the topic of like, who's your favorite Batman? And I was saying, well, it's this guy, right? And he told me his is Ben Affleck. I usually have a weird reaction when I hear that, right? It's not my favorite thing to hear people say.
Define what you mean by best.
Yeah. So
I think Ben Affleck has the best silhouette.
Interesting.
I like the short ears a lot and the fat bat.
You like the fat bat on his chest. Gotcha. Yeah. But what I was, you know, the first, my easy answer is always like when I'm asked why I don't like Ben Affleck, I'm like, it's because I don't like Ben Affleck, right? And I got told something that was pretty funny because I don't think it's even wrong. But he said, I feel like you bring a lot of baggage to your movie experience. And I said, yes, I do. Obviously, I clearly do. But I don't know that that's a bad thing. Now, given how much you love, you just got done talking about how much you love to do the ARGs, you love to do all this stuff that goes, that gets you prepared before you ever go see the movie. Would you say it's a bad thing to bring baggage to the movie?
So I was talking about this over the weekend, where you know the new Armie Hammer movie that's out right now.
No, I don't know the movie, but I know his situation.
You know, this is a Armie Hammer starring in a movie directed by Uwe Boll, right? It's
Uwe Boll.
Uwe Boll.
Okay, that tracks.
The movie was banned in Germany. Plot more or less surrounds a American citizen in Europe killing a lot of immigrants. So the movie got banned in Germany. Everyone's kind of like, yeah, this movie kind of should not exist. But Uwe Boll is going on record saying like this is my art, let it exist. And there's people arguing, on that premise of like let it be out there and people can choose to watch it or whatever. But in those comments, he was also talking about like he wants to make a expendable style movie starring all the canceled actors of recent years. And I can't say I would not watch it.
So that was a long-winded answer, but you still go in there with the baggage though, right? You don't leave the baggage at the door.
No.
Right?
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
But I feel like
here
Kevin Spacey had a new movie. Everyone's like, you got to go see it. I would probably go see it.
Let me reframe it. And I know this is still not quite as close to home for you as it is to me. Mm-hmm. Is it wrong for me to not bring baggage when I watch the early seasons of Rick and Morty?
You personally?
Yes, me personally. Is it wrong for me to not have baggage when the Jelly Bean King visits Morty in the bathroom?
I shared this exact anecdote with someone at work as well. It's just so funny about this situation. Oh,
you shared my story? You shared my story.
I shared like in vague details.
Okay.
About
that situation. Am I not supposed to have baggage? Am I not allowed to bring baggage to the movie, like to the show? What do you like? Are we not defined by our experiences in life?
Everyone has their line. I think. What was that? It's like the Michael Jackson thing, right? Like he was talented enough to fly above a lot of the criticisms, right? They just made a movie about him that doesn't even touch. That movie made a shit ton of money without even going near any of that stuff. Yeah. Right. So I think there's merit to not, or I guess leaving baggage at home. But it's a very personal choice, right? You have to decide where your lines are.
Yeah.
With certain things.
Fair enough.
I did not watch the Michael Jackson movie.
Neither did I.
But if they do the sequel, I might see it.
I just thought it was interesting because I usually don't meet people that are willing to call me out on that. And I don't think he's wrong. I think he's correct.
I'll say this though, I'm less adverse to it in movies than I am with, let's say, like music, where it's more singular, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas movies are inherently collaborative.
That's fair.
Like I could be.
Music's collaborative too, though.
It is, but there's you're, and not to dismiss all music's its own thing, but like typically it's teams of hundreds versus teams of dozens, right? Like I could be convinced to go see a movie starring Mel Gibson, depending on the context. You know what I mean?
All right. Okay, I see. Right. I see. I know this is a recurring theme, but I thought it was interesting the way it was phrased, is that you bring too much baggage to your movies. And I'm like, I don't know that I bring too much, but I do bring baggage to my movies. And so I was happy that like the only baggage that I brought to The Dark Knight was I don't think Heath Ledger's a good actor. But guess what? Even when I bring that baggage, I still am open to having my mind changed, right? And my mind was changed by the end of this movie. I was like, wow, I stand fully corrected. Heath Ledger, amazing in this movie. And I was so happy for being wrong. But sometimes I'm not wrong. And it just reinforces the baggage, you know? So that's how I feel about Ben Affleck. But anyways, I appreciate the extended tangent that we went on there for this movie. I do think that this movie is probably one of the best superhero movies ever put to screen. And I never get tired of watching it, but I do get tired of the runtime of this movie. It's just, I don't know what I would cut, but it is long.
I think it's up there. I want to watch the Batman again. Watching these makes
I respect the Batman because of the style.
Yeah, I respect a lot of the stuff that they're doing in there, and
I think
getting a lot of the Batman isms.
I think that movie is more committed to a visual style for Gotham City than Chris Nolan was. Yeah.
But the face paints or the eye black, it's funny in this movie, like when Batman meets with
the Joker.
No, when he meets with Harvey and Gordon on the roof.
Oh
he just appears and disappears, right?
Yeah.
And it's very like there's a mystique to it. Whereas like the Batman, it opens with like him walking in that building very slowly.
Yeah.
And all the cops are like, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah.
And the cops are not like on board with this guy, but like you get that tension.
Because he looks like he's a dude in a Halloween costume.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is this guy doing there?
Yeah.
And there's a weird acknowledgement to the absurdity of what he's doing versus like the kind of clips that Alfred makes about things of what he's doing. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I think that flavor of Batman is becoming more appealing.
Yeah, it's just like I think that's what they were going for with the ending of this movie too, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, let's put Batman on the outs where he kind of belongs, right? He kind of belongs on the like, what is this guy? This is crazy, And they lost that in this movie, right? This movie is all about like, hey, Batman, can you come with us to this bank? We need your opinion.
Batman, you go to China. Batman, you got some radioactive bills.
Exactly. Can we borrow your radioactive bills? It would be really helpful for us. I know that we're going to do forensics on this crime scene, but here, why don't you go in there? You got 5 minutes. You do it first, and then we'll pick up the pieces after you're done. Like, that's a big leap from the previous movie, right?
Yeah.
So something has happened significantly in the relationship between Jim Gordon and Batman between the two movies, and we're just kind of picking up on it. And or maybe it's the stakes. Maybe it's that the Joker is forcing things, like to be like unorthodox, right? They got to take drastic measures because it's getting out of hand. But I feel like there's a giant time jump between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. But at the same time, the way The Dark Knight ends implies that there's not a giant time jump. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little confused, but like that's what I appreciate about The Dark Knight Rises is there's a very definitive time jump that they explain in the movie. Yeah. Whereas this one, it's like, when does this take place? Because
the Joker definitely forces their hand because even at the beginning of this movie, they're not even. He makes the comment like, "I'm not really worried about the Joker. I'm worried about the Rico case, I'm trying to, they're not even, whatever. But that's long story short. I'm happy that we're now in a place where at least I can start like, you know what, we're getting challengers to this movie.
Yes, for sure.
And that's ultimately is a good place to be at.
Yeah. I don't think the Batman is better than this movie, but I do love the car in the Batman. Mm-hmm. I do love the car, and I love Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I think that is a phenomenal performance, even though it's very small.
Did you watch Sugar?
No.
Did you watch Sugar?
It's on Apple, right?
Yeah.
I turned on Apple the other day, and it was there, so yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll check it out. But in the meantime, I think our plan for next week is to talk about the movie that I think a lot of people out there don't want to see for various stupid reasons. So we're gonna talk about Supergirl, right? Are you
Yeah.
ready? Okay, let's
I'm
do
not
it.
like excited for this movie, but not for like.
I
most
am,
reasons.
man. I'm excited. Why are you not excited?
I'm not ready to leave Metropolis just yet.
Aw. Well, you're gonna leave it again with the lanterns. Lanterns. I think.
That whole movie or that show takes place in Oklahoma.
Yeah, not
They're
Metropolis. Yeah.
You know what I mean. I don't want to leave Earth.
Oh, you don't want to leave Earth yet. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think it needs it because I think this helps lanterns better.
I mean, the next thing is lanterns, and then
Clayface,
and then Man of Tomorrow. But
yeah,
the Green Lantern is in Man of Tomorrow, so at least we're getting somewhere.
The Green Lantern, as in Hal Jordan or John Stewart or Guy Gardner. Oh, really? Okay, that's cool. We're getting a proper Green Lantern this time around, not the dill hole, huh?
Yeah,
I can dig it. All right, cool. All right, cool. Well, thank you for taking
next week's Supergirl.
Supergirl's next week. It'll be a shorter show, I promise. I just meant that the Dark Knight. We've had like almost. Oh my god! If we had almost 20 years, that movie's 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That holds up. That movie holds up really well after 18 years. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I just meant we've had so much time we've been building up to talking about this movie for a long time. So Supergirl is just going to be a quick reaction to like, I loved it, I hated it. It's one of those two things, right? It's going to be that. So, all right, cool. I had fun. Thank you so much. Thanks for your extra time. What do you got to say?
Thank you, true believers.